one and all, to another ecstatically buoyant and pustulic episode of Crept from the 80s. But friends, this time it's a little different. It is the start of the spooky season. Ooh. We are on the cusp of All Hallows Eve. Well, we're at the end of September, going into October, the month of Halloween. And if you're anything like me, you start celebrating in September and all that good stuff. So this year we're gonna do a series of special spooktastic Halloween episodes, and this is the first one.
Whoa!
How
lucky we are.
The spooks and goblins and ghosts. They're all over. Oh, what did you bring to my house, Brad?
I brought myself
Ectoplasm.
and my history of living in the 80s.
Okay.
Okay. That's spooky.
Surviving
He's on
the
top
80s.
of things, guys. So you may be wondering, who is this bemuscled spectacle you see before you? Who are you?
I am star of stage and screen, Brad Austin.
That's right. So, guys, this is Brad Austin. We live together. Now, we grew up in a very small town, when I've talked about it before, called Wellsville, New York, and we went to school together, and we were,
Childhood chums.
childhood homies.
Yeah.
And he did some stuff with the very first incarnation of low-budget pictures. Isn't that insane?
Phase 1.
Oh, yeah.
Phase one, yeah.
I mean, the early days, man. One of these days you'll see some footage, 'cause I still have all
Can't
that
wait.
fun. I still have it all.
Okay.
Even Commando Kids. I hope you talked about Commando Kids at some point. Did you completely forget about Commando Kids?
No. I did talk about Commando Kids.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I couldn't remember what the overall series was called. I do remember
Yeah, it was
Bloody
Commando
Bobby.
Kids. Oh, yeah. There's that too.
That became Church Boy
Yes.
on video.
Unfortunately, yeah. Anyway, so we're going to talk to Brad a little bit about his 80s youth. And of course we've got Mr.
Pound puppy.
New father, newly branded father,
Yeah, man.
Caston Balquidge.
I actually just got that tattooed on me.
Caston Balquidge.
Yeah.
It's going to be huge.
Ooh, it's big. It's real big.
So Brad, let's just dip our balls right into it,
Yeah,
right?
let's do it.
What was it like for you? What were your 80s like? What was your 80s childhood?
My 80s childhood was Star Wars, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Saturday morning cartoons. Just the normal shit you did in the 80s, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it was the days before the internet, so you kind of made your own fun. You ran around outside with sticks and guns in the woods and shit, and
Well, you didn't
And
know
you're-
that
and
there
you're-
wasn't fun. You know what I mean?
right,
Like,
yeah, right.
I feel like
Just-
kids nowadays
it is
think
what
that
it
everything's
was.
boring. It's just, this is it. Like, this is what I have.
Yeah.
I don't know, it seemed fun to me.
Well, that's what I mean.
But, yeah.
It was adventure.
Yeah, right. Yeah, and there was a lot of times that were punctuated by boredom, which I think is good, man, because you got to let your mind go. You can't be constantly in front of something that's entertaining you. You gotta figure it out.
I mean, I don't think I was ever bored in the 80s.
I don't think I've ever been bored in my life. I'm not even joking.
Yeah, you've never been bored.
I think it's weird when people
Ever?
are like, oh gosh, I'm so bored. I'm like, read a book, watch a movie, play a game,
I think he's been bored.
break dance.
Every time he casts a Saturday morning sleepover, he's bored.
Oh, that's a different situation.
So you've been bored before.
There's been
Absolutely been
episodes
bored.
of Elf the cartoon show that have bored me.
Anyway, but so yeah, that's interesting. I don't know if your daughter has asked you before, like, what did you do, Dad? But I certainly got that. I got asked that
yeah.
from River. Like, what the hell did you do? Because they're living in an age of everything is at their fingertips.
Right. Yeah, TV is on when you want it to be on. Your show is right there waiting for you to watch it.
Games, internet, all that stuff. I mean, that's what he
We
does.
had to wait for the channels to show it to us.
That's
We
right.
had to wait for the night that freaking Alf was on.
TV Guide, man.
That's it.
Yeah.
We had to circle when our shows
Well,
were
plus,
gonna
if
be
you
on.
couldn't afford a VCR, which we couldn't for a while, you couldn't even record the shows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it was like, if you missed it, that's it. You're done. Game over.
You're never gonna see
That's it.
again.
Well, who
It's a
knows when
rerun.
you're going to see it again.
Yeah.
And for a really disturbingly long time of my childhood, I won't even say how old I was when I figured this out. Like, I didn't even realize that TV shows were on at a given day and time. I thought, I was lucky when I caught something. I didn't realize, Alf was on Thursday nights. Or whatever. I was like, oh, is
like,
Alf on
ooh,
tonight?
another-
Oh, Alf's not on tonight.
What
Oh,
is this show? I catch it at the random... I guess I'll watch it, see what happens.
That's cool.
Yeah, so it was just weird.
What about the A-Team? I feel like we never talked about that.
Oh, the
I
18.
love the A-Team.
That's a
Yeah.
good show.
I think any,
MacGyver.
blue-blooded alien child from the 80s loved the A-Team,
Yeah.
if you were a machismo, if you were a male.
Well, yeah, I mean, I feel like A-Team, MacGyver, Dukes of Hazzard,
Oh, shit, yeah.
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 all that.
Riptide,
Manimal.
Remington Steele.
Oh, yeah.
I liked Manimal.
Yeah.
Magnum P.I., he was a manimal.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
my grandpa's.
Oh, I watched...
I was
yeah.
a big Magnum guy.
Mhm.
I have a
Oh,
big
yeah.
issue with stashes.
But you can't grow.
No, I
I just don't like them.
I don't like them. And I think from a child to now, I just like, what is that?
You've got a
It
stash.
hurt you,
I don't
Chris.
I know,
care.
it's so disgusting. I just
Someone in his life has approached him with a mustache.
I don't know. I always felt like the
Changed him.
mustache was just like, ugh, what a creepy old guy.
Yeah.
Back then, So when I saw Magnum, I was like, well, that guy would be cool if he didn't have that gross dirt. Leg. He wore the sweet Hawaiian shirt.
Oh, yeah.
Got the
Yeah.
ladies, drove the car, had his buddy.
That's why Michael Knight is king.
Well, Michael Knight. I mean,
no
well,
stash.
So
That's
Burt
right.
Reynolds never did it for you?
Oh no.
No.
Oh, you didn't watch Smoking
I was
the
more
Bandits?
I was more a Dom DeLuise guy. And that's true. Dom DeLuise made me laugh more than Burt Reynolds did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Watching those
Smokies.
Cannonball and
Oh,
Smokies
yeah,
and
yeah,
all those
yeah.
things.
Yeah, voice of the Crow in Secret of Nim. Isn't that Dom DeLuise?
Dom DeLuise was everywhere.
Yes, he was.
You couldn't get away from the DeLuise. Or
Then-
the Dom, as he was known.
And then there was Peter DeLuise, who came later.
That's right. Oh yeah, no. I mean, Peter DeLuise. All those DeLuise.
All those DeLuise
the
boys.
Delaware.
Yeah.
The plurals.
They're like the Baldwins.
So, as an adult, as a man in your 40s,
Yeah.
do you, I mean, probably not like me, but is there a special place in your heart for that time period? Do you ever wish, that you could go back there, or or if it was a more simpler time like it was back then? Do you have those aches?
Those yearns.
Yeah.
Well, I think everyone's nostalgic for certain elements of their childhood, Like, movies were better. They just seemed better. You didn't have you're not jaded like you are as an adult. Like, oh, that thing, good grief, that would never happen. Like, Temple of Doom, and when the big pot of water comes down, the pot of water is not even as big as the room that it's in, and so this water is suddenly gushing out of the side of the canyon when they're in the minecart and they're going over these long, deep chasms with lava at the bottom of them, and this little tiny thing of water is poured over, and suddenly the water's rushing out of the cavern walls now. And so, yeah, I mean, there's certain things that...
I've never thought about that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
No, and it doesn't matter as a kid, but I mean, so
It doesn't matter now. To me, it doesn't matter.
I know, but it's hard to turn your adult brain off of those things and
see, not for me.
let it
For
go.
me. I still have that childlike wonder, Brad.
Yeah.
I still do.
Does your
I don't
childlike wonder extend to the Goonies and, when they're seeing all these pipes in the ceilings, like, what about those fucking plumbers? Didn't they see this goddamn little cavern down here?
No, my brain doesn't go there.
No?
My brain is like, what an adventure. Like, man, what has happened to you, Brad? Adulthood has grabbed a hold too tight.
You need to get rid of it.
But I have given my daughter a good education on '80s comedies and things like that. So we've seen
Bosom Buddies. It's good.
We've seen a lot of the big ones.
I mean, hey, listen, you must enjoy some aspect of it because you do show up at almost every Saturday morning sleepover.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I mean, I
So
love
you're
it.
getting something out of it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's definitely a lot that I get out of it.
Not just us making fun of them.
Which is fun too, but I do genuinely enjoy them, and it's like, it's kind of like revisiting an old friend. I don't sit around watching Different Strokes all the time, but when I go over to your house and I see it, it's like, oh yeah, this was a show I liked.
Yeah, that's great.
And it was good.
So would you say that you had like a top 5 toy that you loved in the 80s, or what was your go-to
Plaything.
above all? Because we all had those toys that you listed off. We all did. We were blessed in an amazing time of pop culture. We just were. So we had all those at our disposal. But out of those, did you have like your number one, like, this was my toy, man?
Oh, G.I. Joe's, hands down.
Yeah?
Yeah, I didn't always play like war with them, with the machines and all that shit. When I got to a certain age, I used my G.I. Joes and I played like little football games with them and shit. So they traveled with me a little more. They're more posable and
you
very
could, articulated.
Yeah, so so I played with those things for hours and hours and hours. Yeah, those are great. I would build little things for them too. Like these ropes hanging down, and they'd be like,
you had to do that,
right?
Yeah,
Yeah, something that
Absolutely.
kids don't do today.
Right.
Yeah,
I would take like the motors out of like the little motorized cars things and hook it up to a battery, and then that would like wind the rope, so it'd be like a rope climber thing. And like,
what is this?
Ingenuity.
I know, seriously.
Yeah.
I would always tell River, like, why don't you go outside with your figures and play? And they're like, what am I going to do out there? I'm like, you're going to build, like, forts and, like, friggin', like, battle stations and stuff like that. You're going to use the environment, to help create your scenarios that you're playing with these toys. They just don't.
Yeah. I lost a Boba Fett one time when I was playing in the swamp, aka the toilet, with Boba Fett, and my mom flushed them down the
Oh!
Yeah.
How?
Yeah, I know.
They flush, huh?
Yeah. I think I had taken like food coloring or something, so it was like all colored and shit. She's like, oh, what the hell is this?
Jingle bells!
There it goes. There it goes. Right down. Mother! You flushed Boba Fett!
Wow.
Yeah.
That's now we found out.
Give me another one!
While your child
No, Bradley,
died.
do you know that they are $1.99?
That was the moment he became an adult.
Yeah.
She was metaphorically saying, flush your childhood
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
It's time to grow up, Brad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crazy Mrs. Austin. What was your did you have like a favorite like go-to show that you loved? Be it primetime television or Saturday morning cartoon?
Apparently, anytime.
Oh gosh, when I was younger, it was probably Different Strokes. Was what I watched a lot. It was in syndication at a certain point, and so like every day after school, I'd watch that. I'd watch He-Man and G.I. Joe. Those are on in the afternoons. Alf was like appointment television when I could figure out what fucking day it was on. And toward the end of the 80s and into the 90s, like Wonder Years, man, Kevin Arnold was like my age growing up, and so like the stuff he was going through was the stuff I was going through, and yeah, I identified with that show like very deeply.
When did that? What year was that?
88.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
That's great.
So
One of the best shows
yeah,
of all
Winnie
time.
Cooper.
Tell me about it. Do you remember the Sarahs?
Sarah.
Jen Sarah, Nick Sarah.
Oh
Doug
yes,
Sarah.
absolutely, yes, yeah.
Jen Sarah was my Winnie Cooper.
Yeah, she was the one that got away.
She was. Did we talk about this?
We have, yeah.
Oh yeah, she was.
Yeah, I was in band with her older brother, Doug.
Yeah, Doug was kind of a turd, which is ridiculous. Like, because
Yes,
really,
I love
like, he's
this.
only like a year, maybe 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
But Doug always treated me like shit, and I was at the Sarahs all the time. But for some reason, Doug just hated me. But Doug had like the coolest bedroom because it was all like horror and like comic books and shit like that.
Yeah.
And I wanted everything that was in his room.
Yeah.
Where is he now? Look him up.
I
He's
know
a
Doug.
Facebook friend.
Yeah,
you know,
Doug,
he's.
yeah.
I think he runs a brewery.
Oh, great.
Well,
Yeah,
ask him if he
wherever he
has
is.
some of
Yeah.
that stuff, and can you get it?
Yeah.
I've asked Jen before. I was like, "Hey, you still got stuff over there at your dad's old house?" You know, because I want some of that stuff.
Nice.
Amazing.
Very cool.
Good,
Yeah.
man. All right.
This
Well,
was a fun time, man.
yeah. If you had a time machine, would you go back there? For, say you didn't have to, like, you know, stick around there, but if you could go and, like, visit and, like, back and forth,
Yeah.
would you do it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you would. Would you even, like, would you try to see you, or would you, that's not even something that you care about? You just want to go and, like, experience that time, but maybe now at a different place?
Right.
Because we were kids.
We were kids.
So think about the teens or the young adults in the 80s. They probably were living it up, you know?
Oh yeah. Yeah. I mean, if I could go back and go to like Hollywood in the mid '80s, man, go out to see some shows. Yeah, that would be fun.
Amazing. Go to see Oingo Boingo, you know, in their prime at the Hollywood Bowl.
I wouldn't be able to wrap my head around it.
Oh my God, sweating. Working up the blackest. Sweat.
Would you go back? I think we've asked this. With the knowledge you have now, and go and relive your childhood. So say you're 40-something-year-old Brad,
Yeah.
but you go back, and you're, you know, like a vice versa type of thing. You're 15-year-old in the 80s, and switch bodies, because I love those body switches.
Yeah.
Would you do it?
Oh man.
Like if a genie
have that
came,
knowledge.
like a genie comes down and says, you know, I'll give you $1 million now to go back, but you have to live through this decade or whatever. You know what I mean? So like you're gonna go back at some point and switch back to this body, and you're you check your bank account, it's $1 million or $3 million, whatever. Would you go through that as a teenager in the 80s? Because I know you weren't a teenager all the way.
Yeah, it
in the
wasn't a
80s, but
teenager. Yeah.
what do you think about that?
Oh man.
Knowing what you know now.
Let's take your like wife, kid out of you.
Yeah, all that
Sure,
stuff.
yeah,
Take
yeah,
all that
right,
out.
right.
That's tough.
You're a single
You know, like,
dude.
bye.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Not that.
Right.
But you are going to come back. So, maybe
okay.
for them it's like 2 seconds. For you,
Oh,
it's like
okay.
10 years.
Oh, all right.
You know what I mean? Like a genie comes into the bathroom,
Oh, okay,
you're
like
shaving,
Chronicles of Narnia,
and
where
says,
they live a whole
"Listen,
life and they come back
this
as
is what's
kids."
going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Actually, which is pretty hard for those kids because they live for hundreds of years in Narnia, and then they come back into their childhood bodies,
Right.
and you're like, I was a fucking king, and now I'm a
Yeah.
small child. But anyways, that's different.
Right.
Go on.
Yeah. That'd be awful tempting. It'd be awful tempting. But it would be.
Could you deal with? Oh, I'm just gonna call. Nah, I can't really call anybody. I don't. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm gonna
Yeah.
check this on the. There's no Google.
Yeah, because you're a kid in the '80s, so your friends are not there, so you'd have to make all new friends and things. And plus, you'd have the knowledge of everyone who tragically died and things like that.
Well,
Things, so-
yeah, that's.
So then
hard.
You're looking at
then
somebody
you're
who-
looking at somebody like,
Yeah.
live it up now, buddy.
Yeah. that'd be very
Yeah,
hard.
so that would be
On
living
this
with that
day,
knowledge
don't
would be
do
awful.
this thing.
Well, you can't change it, man.
Right.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So it'd be tough.
I think I would do it.
Yeah.
You do
I think I would do it
Yes,
too, but
I
I think
absolutely love the 80s. I
Yeah.
can't get enough of it. I want to go back.
I think you
Hands
have
down.
to really
Hands
turn your brain off about all of this. It would be very,
But
you
then
know
you
what I
can
mean?
make those bets. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I would definitely make
You
those
just
bets.
know
I could,
certain things. You get that.
I could invent some stuff.
That's right.
You could invent something like super stupid, like a selfie stick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, but you know, like, just be like, hey, this is gonna make you billions of dollars off a sham wow. You know what I
Right.
mean? Some dumbass invention.
Think of something that's popular, and then you're like, hey, I got this idea.
Yeah.
But you'd have to have it popular Sorry, then though.
Yeah. Say he invented the Power Glove.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
1989 is coming out, but like in 1985, you're like, I got this idea.
How do I get to, Yori Nakamoto or whoever the fuck owns a Nintendo at that time?
I know what horse is gonna win today. I just.
Yeah.
Oof. Put all my stock in Mad Magazine.
It'd be tough to be a fan of sports in those. Yeah, if you went back because you know exactly what's
everything
happening.
that's
Man.
happening.
Like, I'm not gonna invest my time in the Bills, man. They're
But you could go and say, like, I'm going to put all my money on this Michael Jordan character. You know what I mean? And I'm just going to give him all the money.
Yeah.
I see the Chicago Bulls win everything.
Right.
And at that time, there you go.
Well, under your parameters, like I get to come back and I get a bunch of money when
You're going to come back. It's just that you probably got to live there for like a good 10 years.
Yeah, I would do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That turns me on.
I'd be drinking like Crystal Pepsi and
Yeah.
God.
yeah.
That's what I mean.
Marbles
You
and
things probably
Those
don't taste as
changes.
horrible because of all the shit that we put in them now. You know what I mean? Like
right.
in that Stephen King book 11/22/63, the guy goes back to the 60s and he buys beef from then, and then he goes back through his little wormhole and sells it at his shop because he bought it for like a nickel back then, and then he has like the best tasting burgers. Everyone's like, how the fuck are these burgers so good? And he's like, it's just the chuck that you use. So you know what I mean? You go back to the 80s and probably things like an orange tastes like better, because it hasn't been sprayed with venom or whatever we put in it now. Whew, probably McDonald's is like so effing good back then. Mm. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I don't have it. I don't have the tongue for it.
You didn't like a Happy Meal? You like Happy
That
Meal.
I did.
That's what I'm saying.
As an adult.
But I'm saying like you would go back and you would probably try all these things and go.
It's interesting.
"Oh,
Like,
oh,
Zatchel, will you hand me that the Happy Meal?
Happy Meal, the Halloween one. Those are my jams. I remember every Halloween being so happy.
So, would you hold this?
Yeah.
Doesn't that seem so tiny?
Yeah.
Transported.
Is this a new one? Like a
No,
recent one?
this is from then.
Oh, okay.
And as a child,
But we're kids. We have little hands.
it just seemed like so big.
Yeah, I know.
They definitely seems bigger now, though, right? The ones that they give out, or is it
I
about
don't
the
know.
same size still?
I don't know because I
haven't
haven't
got
got a
a
Happy
Yeah,
Meal,
I don't
but this is from back then. This is our Happy Meal.
They probably don't even
Yeah.
do this anymore.
I don't know.
I mean, I have no
Yeah.
idea.
This is the McNugget Buddy Happy Meal. I got one, of course. I wanted to re-have it.
Yeah.
But I was like...
A lot of games on there.
This
I always
seems-
love that too.
So, like, the hamburger must have been, like, this big.
Yeah.
But hamburgers aren't big. You know what I mean?
I don't know. They fit a lot of stuff
They put
into
a
the
toy
Happy Meal back then.
Yeah.
In a burger and fries.
I was noticing that a lot with things that I loved back then, and then having them back in my hands. I was just like, the perspective and just the way it's so different
Yeah.
and yet familiar.
But could you imagine, like, given that perspective, something like Castle Grayskull probably looked like a goddamn mountain.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? It was probably like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, for sure.
or like, what did you say that kid had?
Oh,
Like that
that's
G.I.
his
Joe
flag.
like aircraft
But that
carrier,
is-
which is like,
I mean,
which is legit, like
it is huge.
7 feet long or something. It's
yeah, 7.5 feet long.
it's wild.
USS Flag.
It's
Oh,
just
I
like
wanted
the,
that.
it's like
thing the worst
isn't
way.
it like the biggest toy ever made? I think
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
But if it were built to scale, it would be like 54 feet long. Or
How much
like,
money
like
is
300
that?
feet long and like
Do we know?
54 feet wide.
yeah,
Something
like back then, how much
Back
money
then,
it
I
was?
believe it was.
It was like $115.
Yeah.
And I had this
Now-
little
But that was
scheme.
probably
I went to all my aunts and was like, if you just put in a little bit,
Yeah.
everybody puts in a little bit, I could get this thing. for
That's
Christmas.
true though.
Yeah.
It's actually a good way to do it.
It's hilarious to think about like the toy prices back then.
Yeah.
And how our parents were like,
But that's probably $400 back then.
Yeah.
yeah, I get it. But when I look at the like price tags on a lot of my Star Wars toys, it's just
Right.
like,
$2.
$150.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
just like, what?
Yeah.
You know what's crazy though is video
Like the
games.
mask figures, Like the boxes, $5 for like an actual set.
Yeah.
The play set for Boulder Hill was probably like $50, maybe $40. Back then.
Right.
Insane.
I was gonna say video games that were like $100 a cartridge.
Back in the day.
Yes.
Were they that high?
Like I saw
I don't
a
remember being
game
that bad.
guide, like one of those old guides from
Yeah.
like the 90s, and it was like Super Nintendo cartridges, and they were like Donkey Kong Country, $90. And I was like, my parents paid fucking $90 for a game?
For some of them, but
Wow.
I don't remember.
I don't know because I didn't buy them. I couldn't even.
Too much
I don't
higher
know.
than they are now.
They were higher then than they are now. It's insane.
I think you could.
Though, you can always debate what the quality was like back then compared to now. Blah, 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 blah.
No.
So,
I prefer games from back then. Because they're easier to play. Because I'm an old man.
now they're easier than they were back then.
No, I feel like they were easier
Oh, no,
then
no, 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 no.
than they are now.
They were unrelenting. There was no
It depends
save
on what you were
point
playing.
here. It's like, no, you died and
yeah.
start over.
Yeah, some of them were like that.
Yeah. I don't know. But
We'll talk about
we'll
it.
do a video game episode.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, that's good. I mean, that's
Yeah.
a little jaunt
Yeah.
Memory lane.
through, and we, when even Casey as well, like where we grew up, because Casey was in Olean and we were in
Right,
Wellsville.
Yeah.
Those small towns in the '80s. I mean, it was just, it was what you would expect a person now thinking about the '80s. Then, if you watch Stranger Things or anything like that, it really was like this. Kids were on bikes.
Yeah.
Kids went wherever the hell they wanted to go.
Anytime.
When the street light came on, you knew you had to come home.
Yeah.
There was a lot of parents yelling at 8:30, time to come in, or 9 o'clock, or whatever it was. Be home for dinner, and then I'm going back out.
Yeah.
It just was a come
I'd
and go.
get up and go.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd come in for like lunch, and then I'll see you later again. I mean, it's just like, I'm going to go climb a tree and jump off things and kick and
adventure.
It's wild.
God.
That's why those Goonies kids got away with murder.
And that's like, I don't know how often do you go back to Wellsville, but
I'm going back this weekend.
oh.
But I don't go often. But.
Because every time I go back, as much as I wanted to get away from Wellsville, I kind of enjoy going back just to see. I might not like the people, but seeing everything just sends me back to that simpler time.
Plus, it looks exactly.
Exactly.
Like
it's a place that hasn't changed much.
It really has.
Yeah. It's a good place to be from.
So that aesthetic is still very prominent, and it can take me back to a time and a place, even a smell. And
a moisture.
And I like that. That's one aspect I like of going back to Wellsville. That's why I like to shoot there so often.
Oh yeah.
For my stuff, because it just seems so
Seems
dated.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So it lends itself pretty good to what we're doing with the flicks. As far
What was the last thing you filmed there?
I want to say the Weirdsies
Yeah.
in 2015, but I've been back since.
Yeah.
But I mean, we did Karaoke Kid down there.
Oh, yeah.
But I've done so many flicks back and forth from
almost all the Warlock movies.
Yeah. What was cool was that everyone was like, "Oh, I remember you making those movies. You're still making movies, So I get to shoot in a lot of places that might be a little hard for other people, but sure, whatever. So I like that. But good times, huh?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now let's get spooky.
Ooh, spooky time.
Let's talk about your 80s Halloween.
Oh boy. Well, we would go to Early Street because that's where the good candy was.
No razors at Early
And you could just go house to house. It was a big long street. I remember Early Street was one of those streets that goes up the hill, and we would house to house all the way up and down. My costumes were usually put together at the last minute. You know, I got like a clown wig and some sweatpants or whatever. Now I'm a clown, so go out. It wasn't about the costume. It was about getting that fucking candy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a mission, man. And yeah.
Were you ever like a victim of the shaving cream or the eggs or anything, or did you?
Were you victimizer?
Were you?
I wouldn't say I was a victimizer or a victim. I was a participant on occasion because that was fun as hell.
Me too.
But only with other people who were also shaving creaming and stuff. I knew some people who were like shaving cream kids and stuff. Like don't do that. But
Yeah.
No, but everybody I it was fun. It was a lot of fun.
TPing.
I want to say,
It's a TP.
do you remember like your last trick or treating?
Last trick or treating. No, I seem to remember there was one year, what was it, like 92 maybe, that was it was snowing. Do you remember one of those years it was snowing?
Yeah, it happened.
Sure.
Yeah.
In Wellsville.
I always remember wearing a heavy jacket on top of my.
Oh, that was the other
Western
thing. Yeah,
Western
right.
New
So
York.
no matter what awesome costume you had, you went
Didn't
as like,
matter.
you
You're gonna wear a heavy winter
Yeah.
coat and a hat and all that stuff anyway.
right. Yeah.
So.
But yeah, I think that last one I was like throwing snowballs at cars and stuff.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I remember my last, but for some and it was so. Did you ever go with us?
I don't think so.
Because man, there was the last Halloween that I did. It was like the whole group of us. Zach Allen. I mean, it was everybody.
Oh, yeah,
It was just a whole big group of us, and we were probably like
15.
maybe 16, 17 years old, maybe. And that was the last one. But it could, I couldn't remember if you were with us. I mean, you were doing the movies and stuff at the time with us, but I just didn't know if you had. Okay. Well, I mean, almost the majority of this group all went out kind of like as Freddy and Jason.
Oh yeah.
Like there was like several Freddys and several Jasons and things like that. But early on, I had a lot of those Ben Cooper costumes. The plastic
Oh yeah.
masks and the vinyl
The plastic.
Oh gosh.
outfits. But also my aunt would always make costumes. So I remember at one point I was Kermit the Frog. She made like a big ass Kermit the Frog costume for me.
Nice.
I was Indiana Jones.
I still want to be Indiana Jones.
I was E.T.
Oof.
Yeah,
Do you
they
have
did
that
a
picture?
They
I
did
was
a lot.
Yoda.
I gotta find.
I gotta find that.
There's so many pictures that I've talked about it. My family are hoarding. I don't know why, but we have them.
They have your childhood on
Yeah,
lock.
and they will not give them to me. It drives me insane because I want to show them on these shows one day when they're all dead. I'll inherit those. Halloween, man. Halloween.
Yeah.
How was your Halloween?
Spooky.
Yeah? Was it?
Yeah. Nah. My mom, we're poor, so my mom made most of our Halloween outfits. I was a dog one year. That McGruff. That
The
specifically
crime dog.
McGruff.
Okay. Yeah.
I was Super Mario Brothers 3, the Raccoon Mario one time. That was probably one of the best.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then I found one I showed you where I was He-Man,
Mm-hmm.
and my sister was a genie or something, which was a Ben Cooper. Yeah, just
I remember this group that went out. It was like the Cloak.
Geriatric Revenge was one of them.
The
White
Disco
Frustration.
Intrusion, the White Frustration.
Yeah.
The Judge.
Yeah, they were classic Halloween pranksters.
Yeah, those guys were.
Every year.
Those guys were berserk. Anyway.
One thing I don't remember is everything being pumpkin spice for Halloween.
Yes, and that's what we're talking about. And we're going to go right into that as well. So, folks,
How's that for a segue?
it's great because I was going to mention that. Like, I don't remember a damn thing pumpkin-y other than pumpkin.
No, those wheels, pumpkin wheels or whatever. Like Little Debbie always does.
Oh, the pecan wheels.
Kind of like that, but they do. You know the ones that look like a pumpkin.
Yeah. Okay.
And they have like it's almost like a gel inside of it. That I do remember.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about.
Do you?
Yes.
Well, I mean, I've got Pumpkin Delights.
Is that it? Well, bring them out.
Well, this is the Pumpkin Delight.
I feel like that's all. Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Yes.
okay.
You
Yeah,
had
that's
these
it.
as a kid?
Yes.
I don't remember these as a kid.
Oh, I'm positive we did. Maybe a 90s kid, but a kid.
But what I'll say is,
Yeah, go on.
we didn't. It wasn't like the onslaught.
It was definitely
It's-
not
it's-
like
it's
it
like-
is now. No way.
I would say the last 10 years, we have been,
inundated.
you know, just straight boned with pumpkin this and pumpkin that. And
Yeah.
I have to be honest. I absolutely love it. And I loved it when it started, and I still love it now. I don't know about you,
I'm okay with it.
but I
You know about me.
Is it? I mean, what is it? What's it about, man? What do you think? I mean, why did this thing happen? Where did this come from? This fervor for pumpkin flavored everything. You know?
I don't know. I don't know what
It
the
is
tipping
weird.
point was.
I think it's a bunch of people.
And it goes from like September until like
It's October 30th.
the
like
no. It keeps going, man.
It does?
Because you got the fall shit. Yeah.
Oh, it
because
goes
you
right
got
through Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving,
probably. Yeah.
and then even
yeah, maybe
near the
till
near
Thanksgiving then.
near
Yeah.
the Christmas there.
Right.
There's still pumpkin this, pumpkin that.
Right.
Because of pumpkin pies and all that stuff.
Pumpkin beer.
So I would say it
Maybe
lasts
you're
a good like 3 months out of the year.
It's like end of August until
till the end of December, really.
or yeah, close to it. It must be people who have that
Marketing money.
well, obviously, but I'm saying like they must have had that type of nostalgia themselves. Like think about it like this. At least I know for you and me, and maybe Brad, you feel the same way. When as soon as the fall hits, it's like a tingle.
Yeah. Oh,
Like
yeah.
it's like a ooh, you know, like you're feeling the coldness, you're smelling the smells, and you start feeling like, well, I want to wear a sweater, and I want to eat soup, and I want to try cinnamon for some reason, like right now. So I think that's what it is. Like other people who are like us who make these decisions have to feel the same way, and they're like, let's spice everything. I mean, now I think it's even more like, let's just get fucking weird and stupid.
It is more
and,
obscure.
Yeah, there's
it's
a lot of
crazy.
things
Getting
like
dumb,
that.
It's a little.
I
out
don't
there.
care. I don't mind it.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely like. I was a pumpkin pie kid,
Oh yeah.
for sure. Like, that was my shit. I
Right.
loved pumpkin pie growing up, and we had it for Thanksgiving and for Christmas. You know,
Yeah.
during those 2 months.
Yeah.
And for a long time, it just felt like pumpkin pie was it for that spice. You know that.
Oh, I know.
And then they came out
It
with
was as
pumpkin
good as
ice
pumpkin
cream.
can get.
Pumpkin ice cream.
Pumpkin ice cream.
was insane.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh shit, pumpkin ice cream's awesome. And maybe that was like the thing that started it. It was like, oh, everybody's buying this pumpkin ice cream. Let's make pumpkin coffee creamer and pumpkin this and pumpkin that.
I don't
Yeah.
I don't
know.
know. I don't know
but
what the thing was.
For these last 10 years, I have been buying it.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
suckered me.
Yep.
And it wasn't hard. Because I love it. And we're going to talk about some of those things. Like the Pumpkin Delights. These are from Little Debbie.
Mm-hmm.
One of the treats I look forward to every Halloween season.
We got to find out when this started.
Do they have other delights throughout the year?
There's an apple.
Yeah.
There's apple delight and things
Okay.
like that. But
maybe a
pumpkin delight,
raspberry
you know,
delight or
it's a smiling pumpkin. This one definitely got shivved in the face, in the eyes. Someone did not want them to see them doing the nefarious deed. But this, I know that myself and Andrew Baltus are kind of obsessed with these little dudes. And we go nuts for them every year. So that's
Alright.
something.
Mm-hmm.
And we got the, of course, Pop-Tarts. Busting out the pumpkin pie flavored Pop-Tarts.
Is that a newer,
Yeah,
maybe
I don't
last
think I've
couple
ever
of
seen
years?
those.
I would say 5 years.
Is it?
Oh, wow.
Maybe 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
This
right.
has been around. Andrew and I always get them. I have pictures at least going back to like 2007, 2008.
That I've probably had.
At a convention with us like stocking up on these things. But pumpkin pie Pop-Tarts are delicious.
Tastes good.
Now this is the last couple years.
Oh, those are good. Have you
Pumpkin
had one of those, Casey?
pie Kit Kats.
I don't know. It's hard to say because there's so many pumpkin things that I eat.
Yeah.
I
Well,
probably
they
have.
came out last year,
Okay.
and I couldn't find them anywhere.
Well,
So it's only this year that
if
I
you
can-
didn't have them, then I didn't have them because usually one of us will share something pumpkin-y with each other.
Do you want a pumpkin
Sure,
Kit Kat?
Let's try it. Let's try it.
Zatchel?
Crisp wafers and pumpkin pie flavored cream. Well, I mean, I do like all those things combined.
Yeah.
I love them.
And I like weird Kit Kats anyways. So. Ooh. This is real good.
Yeah.
Shit. Okay. Where'd you find those?
Wegmans.
Alright. I want to get them and I don't want to give them out on Halloween because I want to keep
Hell
them.
no.
I'm going to eat them. That's good.
Yep. And of course,
Of course.
talked about these many times.
Yep.
The monster cereals.
It's classic.
Every Halloween.
Yeah.
Yeah, flip the fingerberry.
Oh.
Sometimes they do the throwback boxes.
Yeah. Which I miss.
No.
So, did you know? I'm sure you do because I've talked about it before. But, I mean, you grew up with it.
Yeah.
The monster cereals were readily available for us growing up. They
Yeah.
were just part of the cereal aisle. But it wasn't until 2010 that they started to
Oh,
do them
seasonalized.
seasonal.
Oh. Well, Count Chocula, I remember being around all the fucking time.
That was all.
It
That
was.
wasn't all the time.
The Boo Berry you couldn't get all the time.
I
Frankenberry.
think you could get
You
Frankenberry
could.
all the time.
I,
You could get
I
Frankenberry all
totally
the time?
could. Yep.
I don't know about blueberry though.
But yeah, now it's sort of like a fun treat. It's
Yeah.
something to look forward to during the Halloween season.
yeah.
It's planned scarcity.
Well, I hoard them. I buy like so many boxes.
Oh yeah,
and
they know that too. If you had these available anytime, you probably wouldn't buy them nearly as much.
No, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but since since it's planned
They
scarcity,
go crazy.
I can buy 6 boxes and they'll last me till like June.
right?
I like that.
They get you with a fear of missing out.
That
That's right. But there's more pumpkin stuff.
I got
Pumpkin
some
stuff is everywhere.
I got some stuff.
I know there's pumpkin bagels that you can get. There's pumpkin bread you can get.
Yep.
Like actual slices of bread that's
Yep.
pumpkin.
Yep.
So many things out there.
Donuts,
Zatchel
muffins, yeah.
makes me a pumpkin bread that's delicious.
You
Oh,
did
yeah?
do pumpkin bread. It was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want me to pull some stuff out?
Yeah, man.
All right.
Here,
So we went
let's
to.
look at this.
Oh.
Yeah, so Casey got this at Trader Joe's. It is
Oh, this is Trader Joe's.
pumpkin pie spiced ginger brew. I wonder.
Yeah.
And speaking of pumpkin, I mean, I'm not a beer drinker, but I am a hard cider drinker.
Oh yeah.
And Mac Jack here in upstate New York
I think we've talked about
makes the best hard pumpkin cider.
Oh wow.
And believe me, I've gone through a couple
frosted
It's
pumpkins.
called Frosty Pumpkin.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So fucking good. I love it. Love it. Love it. And I went through so many alcoholic beverages to find my pumpkin drink.
Wow.
And when he found it and told me I would like it, I was like, "Pff, yeah, right, prove it." And I tasted it and I was like, holy shit, I am drinking a pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
It's so good.
An alcoholic pumpkin.
Yes. So good. So good. So I don't know. This is going to be interesting to
Yeah,
try.
we're gonna-
You know? We'll pop that open a little later. See what
Fizzy
that's
bubble
like. So it's like pumpkin pie spiced ginger brew, sparkling beverage, sweetened with apple juice, concentrate, and cane sugar.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's healthy.
So
for us.
it's straight from cane.
So if you are a pumpkin fiend like we are, I will say that Big Lots usually has a huge pumpkin area, and not people don't know about it. I don't know why, but now you do. And then Trader Joe's had like everything you said, pretty much.
Right.
Ice cream and I bought cinnamon rolls.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely get that pumpkin ice cream. Not
Yep.
just from Trader Joe's, I get it from Wegmans,
Yeah.
Abots.
Oh, Abbott's. Oh, man.
Abbott's, yeah. Yeah, they do it.
They have a delicious pumpkin custard.
So
So what are these?
this pumpkin walks into a bar, cereal bars.
Did you get it on camera?
Pumpkin cereal bars. This episode's
Are they
sponsored by
paying you
Trader
for
Joe's.
No, we gotta try these.
Yeah, we gotta try them.
Yeah.
We got a bunch.
Do you want to try one?
You want to do it now?
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right.
I'll open one and we'll take bits and
We'll
pieces
take
of
Sure.
it.
Bits and pieces.
Sounds good.
Okay. You said these were
Oh,
good.
boy.
I like those.
Pumpkin JoJo's. Pumpkin
Oh, wow.
Jose's. So I'm a Oreo fiend. Usually Oreo is the best. You know, the original.
Thank
You could try. What is that? Hydrox that,
Hydrox
that
is
they
the-
make, and
is
other
the Skeeter
you know
original.
Wegmans O's and other like knockoff O's, but
What do you think of that?
It's good.
This? Yeah?
Not bad.
it is good. Yeah,
Tastes more like.
it really tastes more like a cereal bar,
Yeah.
which it is, but
It tastes more like apple pie to me than.
it's not as
pumpkin.
pumpkin-y as you
Um,
think it was gonna be. If I have to say, it really doesn't taste much.
It doesn't taste like pumpkin,
Doesn't taste like pumpkin,
but it's tasty.
it is good.
Oh, yeah, it's a tasty cereal bar.
So, anyway, Oreo usually does. You know what? Does Oreo do a pumpkin?
Yes, they do.
They do,
Do
right?
they?
Yep.
Oh wait, I
They do it.
know
They do a
this.
carrot cake.
I'm
one,
insane.
which is good.
They are.
They do pumpkin. Yep.
Their maple stuff is also to die for. So pumpkin JoJo. All right, let's get into these. You want one of these? All right, behind
You
the
want some of
scenes.
this?
You want some of that?
No?
I mean, it's fine. It's not a bad taste. It's a good taste.
Pumpkin JoJo.
Ah, thank you.
Yeah, how?
Yum. Good?
Yeah.
It also has cane sugar.
I'll say this.
Interesting.
The Oreo pumpkin flavor
More like pumpkin.
tastes more like pumpkin.
Yeah. This is good.
Yeah, good way to go.
The problem is with these pumpkin things is that there's people who are using pumpkin spice
Bingo.
and pumpkin puree, and then there's people like the Mac Jack people who are using pumpkin.
Right.
Like straight up, like this is a pumpkin, I chopped it up and I put it in there.
Yeah.
That's the difference, and that usually is what makes things taste better. Is their level of dedication to the pumpkin. This is good. It's just that like once you have that actual Oreo one, there's no going back. All right, and finally, I don't know what the heck this is.
Yeah.
It's a Kringle. Do you know what this is?
It's a piece of Santa Claus.
It's a Danish Kringle. And it is pumpkin flavored. Pumpkin caramel Kringle. Which, those are two of my favorite things. So a delicious blend of pumpkin, spices, and caramel.
What the hell is a Kringle?
We're gonna find out. Ooh. Okay, smells weird.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Oh, it's from.
What have you gone?
It's Danish,
Here,
so it's
take-
Danish.
put this-
So
put
it's
this
a
on my
big
leg.
thing. Oh boy.
There we go.
Well,
Do we want to do this?
I guess just take a
Take a bite. Take a piece.
that thing is huge.
It is huge. It looks...
Do you want
Sure.
to
Zach?
Sure.
They went all in with pumpkin. That's pumpkin in there.
That's pumpkin in there? Are you just getting a pumpkin piece?
Well,
Get thick. Get really thick. Oh gosh. Yeah, just take that. Your pants? What do you think? Oh.
for me, no. I'm not a fan of the Kringle.
It's a Danish. It's okay.
I actually think it tastes pretty good.
All right, well, that's all you.
Huh. All right.
So, we got 2 okays and a no from me.
You want more?
No, I'm good.
All right.
Yeah, man.
So what's your favorite pumpkin
Diabetic.
spice thing? Not necessarily something that's listed, but...
I mean, I love pumpkin pie. The original.
The OG.
I love those pumpkin delights.
Yeah.
Everything I here is delicious. Other than that,
I love it.
but actually, my favorite pumpkin thing is something that we make homemade. We make pumpkin dip.
I know what you're going to say, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Pumpkin dip is delicious. So what it is, folks, you take a can of pumpkin, right? Pumpkin puree. You take an entire pack thing of Cool Whip. Throw it in a bowl. Start mixing the pumpkin with the Cool Whip. Then you take a box of vanilla Jello pudding mix, and you just put the mix in there with it, with a couple touches of vanilla extract, some cinnamon, little pumpkin spice. You mix that all up, and then it's this delicious, puffy, frosty little dip that you can take graham crackers or Nilla wafers and just...
Yeah.
And it's pumpkin dip. And we make it every year. Several times a year.
You do. I feel like anytime we have like a family dinner,
Pumpkin dip is
pumpkin dip is coming out.
It's good. Terrible for you, but it's so good.
It is very good.
It's good. So I like
Not keto friendly. What about you?
No, I mean we're getting
Oh, I would probably say it's like Abbott's pumpkin custard.
That is good, man. It's good, so rich and creamy.
So that's local Abbott's here in, I think just Rochester and Buffalo that I can think of.
Yeah.
That we have Abbott's up here, but they do custard, not ice cream.
So it's even worse.
Oh yeah, the high
Like
fat
for
content.
you or like just in
Yeah, it's
general?
worse for you, but it's so delicious.
But it is very good.
Yeah. I also like the pumpkin blizzards
Oh, from DQ.
from Dairy Queen.
Yeah.
Because they have little bits of
Pumpkin
pie in the blizzard.
Oh, nice.
In the pumpkin ice cream. Whew. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Man, I just like a lot of pumpkin. I like a lot of pumpkin.
I do like myself some pumpkin, like creamer for my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
I'll do that, or I'll do a pumpkin spice latte from.
Have you had
Starbucks.
pumpkin hot chocolate?
I don't think I have.
That's delicious too.
Made with pumpkin?
Yeah, it's pumpkin hot chocolate. No, you can buy it.
Oh, okay.
Pumpkin hot. It's a mix.
Huh.
It's good. It's real good. Pumpkin hot chocolate. You want that hot drink. That's good. I like pumpkin tea. So yeah, pumpkin tea. It's spiced just right.
Yeah.
So good. Makes me feel good.
Yeah. So.
Man, pumpkin.
Very Halloweeny.
So yeah, there's plenty of people out there who hate the whole pumpkin takeover.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You can hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, and I kind of see their point a little bit. It just seems like they start earlier and earlier with the holidays, so like by the time the actual holiday comes, you're almost sick of it.
I think for me, it just depends on how much willpower you have. You know?
I think
Because you don't have to indulge.
No. I'm just saying, like, they see it everywhere, so they're just.
It
sick
is
of
everywhere.
Yeah, so they're just sick of it.
I mean, I think it's like the day after Christmas is Easter. You know what I mean? Or like Valentine's Day, where you're just like, I just got through Christmas, or like I'm not even through it, and all of a sudden all this stuff's out. So I think like Halloween, the day after Halloween, it's immediately Christmas. And you're like, I personally am not, I know you are, but I'm like, I need a little, like, I have that Thanksgiving buffer. Can you just give me a little bit? Like, let me see some fucking turkeys out before all of a sudden it's Kris Kringle, but...
I don't need to hear Let It Snow on
immediately.
November 1st.
I mean, I definitely...
That's all I'm saying. I know.
I could do that.
But it's like...
Christmas is my favorite.
We're still in summer. Does fall get put... Like, I'm of the mindset where I do want all this stuff to happen. I do want all the Halloween-y stuff to come, even though technically we're still in summertime.
Yeah.
But, as soon as you start feeling that chill and that nip in your tip, it is fall. Yeah. And it's Halloween time.
It's a great time. Great time.
Nip on the nip.
Now, I mean, I'm a from an early age horror fan. I'm a monster kid, if you will. Mm-hmm. So every day is Halloween, basically. But, and I think that surprises people when they hear that Christmas is my favorite holiday of all time. But if you are a fan of the macabre and the spooky, it's year round. When it gets exciting to me is the fall, because it's I think not so much the sights, but the smells, the atmosphere.
Yeah.
Can get me jazzed for the Halloween season.
Yeah.
Even though I'm already enjoying stuff that I would enjoy during Halloween anyway, being a horror freak, there's that extra little something that does get me excited. It's as silly as seeing a crusty mandolin. No, but like a silly ass skeleton at like a department store or something like that, or friggin'. I can just like, oh, it's it's coming, it's here, or there'll be a smell that like
smell will do
hits my nostrils, and I'm like,
because they did it. It was like a month ago that there was a day. It was like 60.
Yeah.
And it
just
like there's a little bit of orange, and I was just like, ooh, like I'm feeling it. And now, actually, this week for us, it's actually been pretty fucking great. It's been a lot like summer.
Yeah.
But we'll get back to those crisp nights.
It is. It's coming.
Yeah.
The crisp nights are coming.
Crisp nights.
Yeah, those damn crisp nights. I hope we have a Halloween this year like we did last year.
Yeah.
No rain.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
No rain. It was chilly, but it was fun. The freaks come out at night. It was a good time, especially on Halloween Street. Folks, you're saying Halloween Street instantly? What do you mean Halloween Street? What are you talking about, Chris? Halloween Street is what I call where he lives.
Oh, you're on Halloween Street?
He's on Halloween Street.
Yeah.
This is a stretch.
Wait, so what do you do for Halloween Street?
Oh my god.
Oh, I've
we gotta talk about it.
Yeah, all right.
What does Brad do on Halloween
Brad
Street?
goes all out.
Well, we've had people on the street like with those little clickers, like figuring out how many people they get and all that.
Oh yeah.
And you can tell just by like if you give out one piece of candy and stuff.
Right.
We went through like 1,800 pieces of candy.
You?
Yeah, we have.
How many
almost
bags
2,000
is
kids.
that?
Like one of those big plastic bins,
Yeah.
full to the brim.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Wow.
So like,
what do you do in your front yard and stuff?
my front yard, I have a projector and a screen.
Yeah.
And I play like Halloween movies and like have a bunch of different decorations and stuff out. There's a bunch of houses on our street that kind of go all out. There's a guy.
Do you dress up and
Quite
scare kids?
quite not scared,
touch
but
up whatever you do. Massages at the Austin house.
We put our fire pit out front and stuff. Friends come over and it's just a good time.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What am I doing? What the hell?
It's a kick-ass street.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Fun.
It's probably close to
it.
a mile long.
Yeah.
And it's one of the only streets in the area that's has street lights on it. So.
Well, yeah, that's hard.
I mean, it's famous.
Yeah.
So many kids.
Yeah, it's insane.
But almost every house like does something. You know what I mean? And then there's a hearse.
That's right. That like is.
Yeah, the guy belongs to like the hearse society or something. So all of his buddies show up and like their hearses are.
Is there anyone who doesn't participate? Like, is there like
there's
one house
where
you're just like,
yeah,
come on, assholes, like,
Yeah.
get it together.
Yeah, but there's enough that make it fun, and the neighbors are always out, and they've got fire pits going. It's just it's a good time.
It's such a good time. I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, River will do it. If not, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because it is a good time.
Yeah.
And then it makes me happy.
I know, and you're going to be making me a little something to put on the screen.
I am.
Which is awesome.
Yeah.
Like all of Brad's roles and
Oh gosh.
Yeah,
Like a
it's going to be
supercut.
it's going to be a supercut of Brad in all my films. It's going to be great.
Oh boy.
And then random things of, flashings and weird things like that. Stuff very appropriate for children.
Yes, absolutely.
So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I can't wait to
It
see
does
people's
sound
faces.
very good.
Oh,
Halloween, man.
Halloween. I remember Halloween. I'm right there with you, Glenn. So, we did it.
We did it.
So this is the first of a series of Halloween episodes on the Crept from the 80s channel here, and things are going to get way spookier, believe me. We got some special guests coming up. We got Clint Kelly coming up. We got Billy Garbarino coming up. Yeah, I mean, really?
Yeah,
I know, right?
Will Billy do this?
The Billy?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Billy will do this.
Wow.
That's death bone to you
see this.
children out there.
Yeah.
But who knows who knows who else will pop up. It's gonna be spooky season ahead for the channel and Crept for the 80s. And I want to say thank you for all the people who keep subscribing to the channel,
Commenting.
I've
read your comments.
the likes, all of that stuff. It's been awesome. They're just coming out of the blue, which is fantastic.
We have to do a live show soon.
I want to do a
gotta
live show.
one. Not that my life's ever gonna be the same, but you know what I mean. We do need to do a live show.
And our internet is way better now.
Ooh.
Oh,
Here, so it
well
probably
then
would
we
work
really
for
gotta
the
fucking
top.
do a live show then. Yes, for sure. We gotta do it.
Gotta get back there.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
people-
those are always really fun. And
people are banging
You
on
guys-
the internet for us to do another.
you guys
one.
have not stopped talking about it since forever. Yeah.
I know, man.
It's a very special
They want
Halloween live
to
show.
talk live with us. That would be great. Remember?
We'll do it
remember the
completely
days
in the
when
dark.
we did that?
Well, we
Folks,
we
we used
actually
to do that.
did.
We used to do it a couple of years in a row.
Yeah, we
Maybe
did.
3 years in a row. We did a Gourmet Scum Halloween,
We did do that. Yeah.
and we set up for like 8 hours. We
Just
just
watch-
did a live stream
Yeah.
of all of us knuckleheads watching horror movies
Shit.
Oh, yeah, I
all
remember
day.
that. Yeah.
And people could comment, people could watch
Yeah.
with us.
Yeah.
If they had it at their home, we would let them know what we were watching. It was fun. I liked that. It was a good
Actually,
time.
it's
We haven't
good
done it in 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years. 2016
Yeah, well.
was the last time we did it.
I mean, as long as I'm wearing a baby Bjorn, then I probably can make it work.
Yeah, I mean, the baby's gonna love it.
Babies love horror.
Yeah.
Believe me, she's been watching some weird shit lately.
Oh, yeah. Definitely. Can't
All the
control
LBP movies.
cause. Yeah, that's scary
Father, show me the teen ape.
stuff. Never. You keep Teen Ape away from me.
I know.
Too precious. Man, well, that was great, huh?
Yeah, it was awesome.
All right. So we want to thank Brad,
Hey, Brad, thanks.
childhood chum, fellow thespian, fellow Halloween enthusiast.
I am that.
That's right. Fellow
Different
Saturday
stroker.
morning sleepover contestant, and all around great guy for joining us on this episode of Crept from the 80s. Thank you, Casey.
You're
It's been a
welcome.
while.
It has
It's been a while.
I know. I'm glad to be
So
back.
not only do we have the Halloween stuff coming up, but don't worry, folks. I know you Star Wars fans out there are just begging for Casey and I to get back on here.
I don't even
talk
want to talk
about
about
Star
how many
Wars.
times I want to talk about Star Wars.
But we will be talking about Star Wars. It's ramping up. Do not worry.
Force Friday,
Friday
we'll
is coming.
shoot something live.
We will shoot something. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's
When does Mandalorian drop?
November
12th.
All right.
Yeah.
It's November 12th.
So maybe we can live stream us watching the first episode.
Who knows?
What? You can watch it with us.
Who knows? I
that'd
can't
be
wait.
Actually,
I
that's
can't
a
wait.
good
It's
idea.
gonna be good.
Casey.
It's gonna be wet. It's gonna be moist. It's gonna be really good.
But yeah, Force Friday is
Force is gonna
October
be with
4th.
us.
We usually actually do go out on midnight and get stuff.
Yeah.
I think we just didn't last year because there was no reason to.
Yeah. We'll see. There's a lot coming this year.
This year's triple Force Friday.
It is. It's
so
packed.
this would be the year to go back out.
It's packed with midichlorians.
Oh no. We don't say that.
Mandalorians.
Yes, the Mandalorians. The Force only exists as a force, not as a
It
weird
doesn't stop.
something that's in your
Bacterial.
DNA.
Yeah, fun
Anyway, thanks for joining us
Yeah.
on this soupy sexual episode of A Crept from the 80s. We'll see you soon, won't we? Oh god! Oh no! Oh! I can see something seeping from your butt, Brad. Is that a ghost or a fart?